Hi, I'm your captain, Brent Watson, of the vessel Fish Nuts. Yesterday was June 28th. We went offshore around 30 miles. Red grouper was the catch. This is a 22 inch. They only have to be 20 to be legal. This one is 34 inches, 19.5 pounds. And what I'm going to show you today is how to fillet a red grouper. And it doesn't matter which size. I'm going to use a regular fillet knife. You could use an electric knife, a pair of pliers, a container of water to put your fillets in, a bucket for your scraps, and that's it. First, I'm going to show you something a lot of people miss out on, is the cheek meat. All you do is get that knife started right under the eye and just follow straight down. And you let the blade, it'll guide you. Now, once you get to this side by the lips, you could actually dig your knife all the way up and under to get this piece cut out. This is a very good piece of meat of the grouper. Once you get it almost to the end, if you just cut a little piece there, the skin peels right off. That is a grouper cheek, and that'll go right here. The next thing I like to do, I do not gut them. I fillet them off, and I'm going to show you why. Just start underneath. Get a good cut started. Now on these grouper, the bigger they are, there's a lot of good meat up on top of the forehead. So your fillet actually, you could bring it all the way up. Once I get that started, I start right here at the dorsal fin. Stick my knife in and just guide it back, and you could feel those bones to run it along. Once I get that started, I run my knife right along the fin. And what I'll do is I'll take it, make sure you're below the anus, stick your knife in, you could feel that the big bone in the middle. Make sure you go on top of it. Bust it through and just guide your knife down. Keep the knife tilted so you stay on that and you don't lose a bunch of meat. And then follow the tail all the way down. Once I get down there, I just follow my knife up and let the knife do the work for you. If you have a cutting board, you could use it, but sometimes on these big fish, you don't even need it. I use a piece of wood, and this is your basic grouper fillet of meat. I personally don't get too into the belly meat because the average size grouper we catch is around 24 inches. These ones, the bones are a lot thicker, and if you have children and things, I know that's a big part of not eating grouper. Now, one other spot I'm going to show you real quick on these bigger fish is the underneath the throat on the belly. There is some excellent meat up underneath. If you could just get it up in there. This one is a hoss. Break that off. and cut around the fins. This is another piece of meat that is excellent. And again, the skin on this will just peel right off. Hands are a little slippery. And again, that's another really nice hunk of meat. There's one big bone in there that you have a little problem cutting with a regular knife. You could cut around that bone and get a nice big hunk of meat. This is good to cook with your cheeks. And then of course I would do the other side just like I did that. And as far as skinning these, I just go a little from the tail, hold it down, and let your knife work. Electric knife does make it easier, but not everyone has the electric knife, so I'm showing you with the basic knife. And that is a hunk of meat. Get a little bit of this off. Just like that. And that is a red grouper fillet. Now, one of the things not to get spooked on is when you get these grouper and you clean them. Very common, they have a little black, I guess it's a worm. It will not hurt you if you eat them. Of course, with wife and kids, I cut them out, and it's not that big a deal. And then what I do is I cut my fillets just so I cook them and freeze them. But first I will soak these in salt water overnight, and that's it. Thank you.